Welcome back to Bahal Recap, the place where shadows speak and horror waits just beyond the light. Today's movie is Lembayung, a slow-burning nightmare about grief, guilt, and a presence that refuses to leave. What begins with mourning ends with something much darker, because not every spirit comes to say goodbye. So dim the lights, take a deep breath, and stay close. Lembayung is about to pull you into its silence. The story kicks off in a suburban Indonesian clinic, where a nurse pushing a laboring woman past the spa finds the delivering doctor hanging inside. Since then, the clinic closed for 5 years for renovations. On that reopening day, Pika and Yaluo arrive for their internship, warmly greeted by Ida, the nurse from before. She briefs them and shows their dorms. But Yaluo feels something's off. While searching for the bathroom, creepy things start happening. A nearby door snaps shut on its own, catching Yaluo's eye. Mustering courage, he opens it. It's the place where the doctor hanged himself 5 years ago. Unaware, he sits on the toilet. Suddenly, the faucet turns on by itself. Yaluo gets up to shut it off, but then the bathtub starts running. Seeing clean water, he starts washing some dirty clothes. Suddenly, he senses something. Turning around, he spots ghostly horns. Finding nothing unusual inside, alongside a woman's low moan. But as she stepped out, a mysterious force pulled her back. Ida looked serious and quickly took the girl away. Later, Yaluo and Pika were chatting when a woman passed by and sat on a hospital bed. Yaluo asked if she had an appointment, but she stayed silent. Feeling something was wrong, Pika decided to sneak away. Just as he glanced back, the woman's eyes were dark and fixed, with a strange smile creeping across her face. Summoning courage, Yaluo asked her name but got no reply. Then he noticed a drool trickling from her mouth. Oddly, Yaluo took out a tissue to wipe it, but the woman suddenly reached for his stomach instead. When the lights went out, Yaluo quickly pulled out his phone, but the woman had vanished. He tried the door, it was locked, and the windows were shut. Then came the sound of shattering glass. Trembling, Yaluo stepped forward to check, but when he turned around, strangely the woman vanished again. Yaluo, fighting fear, turned on the light. As it flickered on, he saw her in the mirror, riding his shoulders. Luckily, Dr. Taito heard the noise and rushed over, calming Yaluo down. The next morning, a clinic worker got an emergency call to a patient 30 kilometers away. On the way, a slow truck blocked the bridge, and after several failed tries to pass, he finally found a chance to overtake, but then a woman suddenly appeared, just standing there in the middle of the road. He got scared and quickly pulled back behind the truck. Just as the man tried to overtake the truck, a school bus suddenly appeared. Panicking, he swerved sharply and crashed into the truck's steel bars, piercing his head. No one noticed the eerie woman in the rearview mirror. The next day, his body was brought to the clinic. Seeing the scene, Yaluo felt deep guilt. The night before, the driver had sexually harassed him, and feeling powerless, Yaluo silently wished him dead. Shockingly, the man died that night. Though Pika said it was an accident, Yaluo couldn't forgive himself. Little did they know, nightmares were just beginning. 2 days later, another clinic worker faced trouble. After his shift, lights went out and footsteps approached. Suddenly, the ghost climbed the ceiling. Terrified, the man dashed out, but a creak blocked his way with only a narrow plank. After a moment's pause, he stepped onto it. All seemed fine until halfway when he slipped and fell but caught the plank just in time. Then suddenly, a ghost came up from the river and pulled him down into the water. Strangely, the ghost didn't kill him immediately. After the man ran home, he recalled the ghost was the doctor who died in the clinic 5 years ago. She hadn't committed suicide. She and the man who died earlier faked it. 2 murders in a row made Yaluo realize he was next. He cried out wanting to quit, but Pika begged him to stay a bit longer so they could graduate together. That night, strange things happened again. Yaluo woke up suddenly, terrified to see the ghost slowly crawling onto Pika's bed, its long tongue dripping with saliva. Frozen in fear, Yaluo barely dared to breathe. But the ghost noticed him and started crawling toward him. At the crucial moment, Pika woke him up and he snapped out of it. But was it really just a nightmare? The next night, Yaluo's boyfriend came over to catch up and make a move but was kicked out. Angry, he rode his motorcycle through a forest, spotting a long-haired woman by the road. Unaware she wasn't alive, dark thoughts crossed his mind. Trusting her instincts, she headed home with him but soon hallucinated, thinking they were on a suspension bridge. The woman hugged Yaluo's waist, urging her onward. Unaware, Yaluo's boyfriend didn't realize she was already at the cliff's edge. She was rushed to the hospital and saved, but would live as a vegetable. Yaluo and Pika arrived after hearing the news. The man's mother privately called Pika aside. Noticing their closeness, Yaluo sensed something was wrong and learned Pika was her boyfriend's ex. Devastated, she stormed off, with Pika chasing after her. Later, Yaluo was taken to the clinic, where strange events made Pika suspicious. Online, she found Dr. Lembayung had an unusual connection with the deceased female doctor. Then he saw Linguo outside the window, his fierce gaze sending chills down Pika's spine. To uncover the truth, Pika bravely entered Linguo's office next day and found an album full of hair, each photo labeled with a name, Yaluo and the dead doctor included. Realizing Linguo might be behind it, Pika almost bumped into him while leaving and quickly hid when Linguo noticed the album missing. In a rush, he made a call, and Pika used the moment to escape. He soon met another clinic doctor, Taito, and shared what he found. To avoid suspicion, they went to a warehouse nearby. Taito admitted he always suspected the female doctor from 5 years ago was murdered. Not suicide, but lacked proof. He reopened the clinic partly to serve locals and partly to uncover the truth. Now it looks like Yaluo might be the next victim, but that night, Yaluo disappeared mysteriously. Pika searched everywhere, found nothing, and returned to the clinic. Then, noises came from the hydrotherapy room. He quietly approached and saw Yaluo. Back turned, something strange happened. Terrified, Pika stepped closer. Suddenly, Yaluo's eyes snapped open, and she dragged him into the bathtub. And right then, Pika finally uncovered the truth. The female doctor from 5 years ago didn't kill herself. Taito was the real culprit. She drugged her, causing her to pass out, then assaulted her. When the doctor woke up, she rushed to call the police, but Taito caught her, dragged her into the spa room, and brutally killed her. Then, the 2 workers who earlier died were forced to fake a hanging suicide. The scene then snaps back to the present. Pika is still being held underwater by Yaluo, but luckily Taito arrives just in time to save her. Once Pika learns the truth and sees the killer, she's terrified. As he helps Yaluo up intending to leave, Yaluo reveals she was also assaulted by Taito but kept silent out of fear. Now their priority is escaping. Yet as Pika scans the area, she realizes Yaluo is being held hostage by Taito. Taito threatens Pika, warning her to stay silent or he'll kill Yaluo. She tries to run but he catches her, pushing her against the wall. When she fights back and slaps him, he plunges a dagger into her palm. Just as she's about to lose hope, Linguo suddenly appears and chokes Taito unconscious. After bandaging her hand, Linguo reveals the truth. The dead female doctor was his fiancée. She told him she was pregnant, but soon after mysteriously died. Linguo suspected foul play and investigated, discovering Taito was the killer. He reported to the police, but the case was ruled a suicide, obviously a cover-up. Taito wasn't easy to handle at all. Pika quickly shut down the spa room, hoping to finally grant peace to the female doctor's restless spirit. Just then, Taito suddenly woke up, grabbed a dagger with sudden fury, and severely wounded Linguo. Pika acted fast, helping Yaluo escape amidst the chaos. But Taito was relentless, chasing them all the way to an old abandoned factory. Before launching another attack, he chillingly revealed his dark, twisted past, how as a child he despised his father for neglecting his terminally ill mother, who was treated like a toy for his father's selfish pleasures. The pain and anger turned him deadly. One day, Taito seized his chance, poisoning his father, marking the start of his dark descent. After confessing, he lunged to kill Pika and Yaluo. Just then, a nurse arrived, bravely stabbing Taito. Although wounded, he fought back fiercely and tragically killed the nurse by slashing her throat. Now free again, he relentlessly pursued Pika and Yaluo. Sensing the danger, the female doctor's ghost possessed Yaluo, transforming her into an unstoppable warrior-like force, fueled by a spirit's fierce will. Picking up the nail gun from the ground, the vengeful spirit relentlessly shoots at Taito, nailing him down until he can't move. The ghost then launches a bloody revenge, jumping on Taito's chest, dragging a long cut across his face, and gouging out one of his eyes. Just as the ghost is about to finish him off, its body suddenly turns to dust and vanishes. It turns out the severely injured Linguo destroyed the spa room, finally letting the murdered female doctor's spirit rest in peace. Now, Taito faces justice not from the supernatural, but from the law. The film uses brutal violence and eerie horror to deliver a timeless warning. Evil may hide in the shadows, but a restless spirit and awakened survivors will expose the truth. This movie is more than a chilling thrill ride. It's a mirror reflecting the tangled web of desire and sin within Stargod Clinic. 5 years later, the blood-soaked truth finally emerges. When Yaluo and Pika enter this cursed prison, They confront not just vengeful spirits, but twisted human madness. Beneath Dr. Taito's mask lies greed and cruelty. The wronged female doctor's ghost becomes a fierce demon, crying out against injustice. The sharp truth pierces through lies. And as spirits reveal secrets, darkness is torn apart.